In this video, I'll show you how to spot tune vocals in a few different DAWs. I'm going to use Waves Tune Real-Time for this, but you can use any automatic pitch correction plugin. So I call this spot tuning because it allows you to pinpoint just certain phrases that need tuning and apply the tuning to just those areas. So I could tune a whole phrase, or I could even just tune just a selection. So this is great if you have a good vocal performance, but there's just a few spots here and there that need tuning. Another thing to think about when you're doing this is that what notes are used and the amount of tuning you want and other parameters can change from phrase to phrase. You can't really use automatic pitch correction plugins for this unless you want to go crazy automating all of your different parameters and all of your different allowed keys and illegal notes and legal notes and whatnot. Or if you just want to create a bunch of different tracks for each tuning variation, but that ends up wasting a lot of CPU power because you're running too many vocal tuning plugins spread out over a mix, and too much automation just gets really disorganized. So I find that spot tuning is a great workaround for this. First, I'll show you how to do this in Pro Tools because I find that Pro Tools workflow for this is the easiest and fastest method. So first, you go up to the Audio Suite, and then you select the vocal tuning plugin that you want to use. So I'm going to use Waves Real-Time. I'll choose Mono. Now, the way Audio Suite plugins work is you can make a selection and apply the processing to that selection, even if it's a selection of a clip or a region. So this allows you to select a specific area that you want to tune, audition that area, and then print the processing just into that area. So first, let's give this a listen as is.
Distraction. I didn't think it'd be this lasting.
So first off, it's a really good performance. There's just a few little spots here and there where I want to apply some vocal tuning. So first, let's start off with this first phrase. If you select a phrase and then press this button right here, this will preview just that section using the plugin that you selected.
I'm gasping.
And it'll continue to loop it as well. So you just hit this to preview the processing, and then you can dial in the setting that you want in real time.
I'm gasping.
So I took a moment off screen while that was looping over and over, and I adjusted the retune speed, the note transition, the tolerance. I pulled down the correction amount a bit. I set this to a mezzo-soprano range using the key of E natural minor and a reference frequency of 432 because the band tuned their instruments to 432 rather than the normal 440. And then on the keyboard here, I set D sharp and G sharp to illegal notes that pitch up, and then A sharp or B flat here, I bypass this note because it's sort of a blue note. And here's what this sounds like. I'll just hit the preview processing button again.
I'm gasping.
Now, because this is an Audio Suite plugin, it's not on the channel strip and it's not applying real-time processing. It's only applying that preview processing. So in order to get this processing into the clip, what you have to do is hit this render button right here. And you have to be careful about what you select, because if you select too much, like if you select both of these, it's going to render the processing into both of those clips, which you may not want. With spot tuning, typically I'll do this one clip at a time, or even one short section of a clip at a time. So I'll just select this whole clip here and hit render, and it'll render that processing into that clip, and I no longer have to hit the preview processing button in order to hear the processing that's been applied to this clip.
I'm gasping.
Here's the next phrase.
I didn't think it'd be this lasting.
Now, I really like the way this phrase sounds. It's just this part right here in the middle.
Didn't think it.
It's just two notes. So let's try to clean that up a bit.
Didn't think it.
So I'm trying to keep all of this on E and D here. So I'm making C sharp an illegal note and pitching it up to D. And then I'm making D sharp an illegal note and pitching it up to E, while making F an illegal note and pushing it down to E.
Didn't think it.
Then I'll just hit render and print the processing right into the clip. If you're concerned about the edit points, you can always add quick fades to these as well. And I'll give that whole section a listen with those spot tunings in there.
I'm gasping on distraction. I didn't think it'd be this lasting.
Now, if you're a Logic user, you can do spot tuning as well, but it's not quite as intuitive as in Pro Tools. So what you do is select the area and separate the area that you want to spot tune. Double click on it to open it up in the track editor. Then go over to Functions and go down to Selection-Based Processing, or you can remember the key command Option-Shift-P. Then load up the plugin that you want to use. Click here to preview the processing.
Didn't think it.
And when you're happy with that setting, just click the Apply button. And this will render the tuning right into the region that you've selected. If you're a Studio One user, you can use event effects to spot tune. So first, just cut out and select the clip that you want to process. Then hit F4 to pull up your inspector and go down here to your event effects. So with that event selected, with that clip selected, hit Enable, and then add in the plugin that you want to use. So keep in mind with event effects, this is on an event by event basis. So this clip doesn't have any event effects on it. This one doesn't, but this one does. You can see the Waves Tune Real Time right here. So this is different than inserts that you'd put on the whole channel strip. It's just on an event by event basis. So if I hit play, we'll hear that processing.
Didn't think it.
So when you have a lot of event effects processing going on, this can really eat up a lot of your CPU power. So typically what I do is just hit the render button and it renders that vocal tuning directly into the clip.